Okay, let's solve Leetcode 33 search and rotated sorted array. So we're basically given an array that was originally sorted like this one, but then it became rotated like this one. And by rotated, they mean that they took a certain pivot or index of the array, like right over here, and then they cut it in half and then swapped the portions, right? So you can basically think of this right-hand portion being swapped over to the left side over here, right? That's what happened, as you can see here. Right, these two halves were put in the opposite position. And we're also given a target value, in this example, target 0, and we want to check if our array contains this value. If it does, we return the index. If it doesn't, we return -1. The most straightforward way to approach this problem is literally just check every single value. Is this our target? Is this our target? And eventually we'd get here, this is our target. And then we return the index 4. Now this is just too trivial of a solution, right? The time complexity isn't bad, it's O of n, but can we do better? In this problem, they literally tell us to find a solution that's O of log n, so obviously we can. And basically, anytime you're looking for a solution that's log n or better than linear, almost every time you're going to be looking for a binary search type solution. So since this array was originally rotated, can we use that to our advantage to potentially find a binary search type solution for this problem? Let's try to analyze it and see what we can find. So given that the original array was sorted, if we wanted to represent that as a graph, we would basically have a continuously increasing line. It might not necessarily be linear, but it would always be increasing, right? And then we took some pivot, like over here, and then swapped these halves around, right? So let's draw what that would look like. So let's say the left side was exclusively greater than the right side, because that's what it means by rotating the array, right? So I think this is a pretty good way to visualize the problem to kind of understand what it would look like. And you can use this to your advantage to find potential patterns that can help us find a binary search solution. So with a problem like this, you really have to break it down into discrete cases and then use those cases to form a solution. So the most obvious thing is that there are two portions of the array, right? There's a left portion and a right portion. Both independently are sorted, right? So it's like we have two halves that are sorted. And so we know that a binary search usually has 3 pointers, a left pointer, a middle pointer, and a right pointer. The left is always going to be less than or equal to the right. This is just something you kind of know from binary search. So let's say our middle value was 6 at some point, right? This means that we're in the left sorted portion of the array. So can we use that to our advantage? So let's say our target was greater than 6. In that case, we know for sure, since we're in the left sorted portion of the array, none of these values are greater than 6. So we can basically say these are eliminated. Let's run binary search on this portion now, right? So that's pretty easy. If we know that we're in the left sorted portion and our target is greater than the middle, this is what we can do. What if our target is less than the middle value? So what if our target was less than 6? Well, these two numbers are less than 6 and these 3 numbers are less than 6. So how do we know which way to go? Do we go left or do we go right? Because we can't go both directions in a binary search. The key is to see that in our left sorted portion, the smallest value is right here, right? Or on our graph, it's right here. So if our target is even smaller than this left value, 4, in that case, we know that we don't have to search 4, we don't have to search 5, we don't have to search 6. We can run binary search over here. But if our value is greater than or equal to 4, then that means we're going to run binary search on these two values, right? It's less than 6, but it's greater than or equal to 4. So we can run binary search on these two values. We can eliminate all of these from consideration. So all of that is if we were in the left sorted portion of the array, right? Now what happens if we're in the right sorted portion of the array? Let's say our middle was 1. And let's say we knew somehow that we were in the right sorted portion of the array. What if our target was less than 1? Well, then we know we have to search the left. The only value less than 1 is right here. So we're going to search the left portion of this array. We're not going to look at 1. We're not going to look at 2 anymore. Any value to the right of 1 is greater than 1, so we don't have to look at them. We're just going to run binary search on these elements. We don't necessarily have to know where the pivot even is. We just know we have to go left. But what if our target was greater than 1? Well, then our solution could possibly be 2. It could also be any of these 4 values. So then where do we go? Again, we can use this rightmost value, or the edge basically of our array, to our advantage. So if our target is greater than 1 and it's also greater than 2, that means we can again search this left portion. We can eliminate these 2 from consideration. But what if the opposite is true? What if our target is greater than 1, but it's less than or equal to 2? In that case, we only have to run binary search on the right portion of 1, every value to the right of 1, meaning we can eliminate all of these from consideration. So that was a lot of discrete cases, and it might be confusing. I think it'll be a little easier to understand once we actually write the code, but I think it's also important to visualize it and actually understand what's going on before you even write a single line of code. And knowing what we just learned, let's just go through this example of the target equal to 0 and given this input array. So initially, our left pointer would be here, our right pointer would be here, our middle would be here. So how do we even know if we're in the left sorted portion or the right sorted portion? Well, the way I check is just if our middle value is greater than or equal to our left, the actual value at that index, if this is true, then that means our middle value belongs to the left sorted portion. If this wasn't true, that means our middle value is in the right sorted portion, and we would write our if statements accordingly. But knowing that we are in this left sorted portion, right, let's run through it. So our target is 0. That means our target is less than 7. So our target is less than 7. That means we could be looking here or we could be looking here. So let's compare it to 4 now. Is our target less than the leftmost value? Well, 0 is less than 4. Okay, so that means we're all good. We just have to search every value to the right of our middle value. So we can eliminate all of these. We can cross out our middle and left. Our new left is going to be here, and our new middle is going to be here. Now in this case, are we in the left sorted portion or the right sorted portion? Well, among these 3 values, the entire array is pretty much sorted. So according to our if statements, we're basically going to say that middle belongs to the left sorted portion because the entire thing is sorted. So now we compare middle to target. Well, our target is less than 1, so now we have to go left. And if we compared it to the leftmost value 0, our target is greater than or equal to that. So we don't have to check anywhere else, we only have to go left. So we can eliminate these 2 from consideration, and we're left with 1 value over here, and that's our solution. So this is kind of a visualization for it. Now let's actually look at the code to better understand what these cases are going to look like. Okay, so when you're doing binary search, first thing you do is initialize your pointer. So we have a left and we have a right. Left is going to be 0, right is going to be the length of the array minus 1. Our condition is while left is less than or equal to right, because imagine we're given an array like this with just 1 value. Let's say it had 1. Left and right would be equal in that case, and we still have to check that 1 value. So now we can compute the middle value. Middle is just going to be left plus right divided by 2, the average of them. And it's possible that the middle value could be the target. If it is, we simply return the index. If that's not the case, then we need to check which portion of the array are we in. Are we in the left sorted portion? And like I mentioned before, we can check that if the middle value is greater than the left value. Well, greater than or equal, right? Because it's possible that the middle value and the left value could be the same value. The else condition would be that we're in the right sorted portion. So the simplest case is that our target is greater than the middle value. In that case, we're going to search right. So we can say our left pointer is now going to be mid plus 1. So if the target is actually less than the middle, then we need to do something else. So if the target is less than the middle, but it's also less than the leftmost value in nums, then we also have to search the right portion. So we're going to do left is mid plus 1. Now notice how these two cases are evaluating to the same thing. That means we can condense them. We can get rid of this and say instead if the target is greater than the middle, or if the target is less than the leftmost value. Then we have to search the right portion. So we can get rid of this. And if this isn't true, that means the target is less than the middle, but it's greater than the left. That means we search the left portion so we can update our right pointer. I had a typo over here. We're not calling it left, we're just calling it L for short. And so this is if we were in the right sorted portion of the array. The easy thing is if target is less than the middle, that means we go left, so we can update our right pointer to mid minus 1. So if this isn't true, meaning target is greater than middle, and the target is greater than the rightmost value, that means we have to go left as well. So right equals mid minus 1. Notice again how these two are doing the exact same thing, so we can condense them. We can say at the top if the target is less than the middle, or if target is greater than the rightmost value, then we're going to search the left portion, so we update our right pointer, so we get rid of this. And the else condition is that the target is greater than the middle value, and the target is less than the right value. In that case, we only have to search the right portion of the array. So we update our left pointer to mid plus 1. These are all of the cases, right? So if we find our result, we're going to return it up here. But if we don't find it, we'll exit the loop and we'll return -1. And just as I expected, because I just finished this problem like a half hour ago, it worked perfectly. So this is not an easy problem. The code looks pretty easy, but you really have to understand the discrete cases. Like, are we in the left sorted portion or the right sorted portion? And then what's going to happen as a result? Which part of the array do we have to check based on the comparison conditions? You really want to draw it out and kind of look at the picture before you write the code. I hope this was helpful. If it was, leave a like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.